What up? What up? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your good brother, the one and only J News, back at it again with another rendition of J News Japan. And folks, I've got a weekly roundup update for you guys. I was not a part of the pay-per-view roundtable for Power Struggle this week. Unfortunately, to keep it PC, previous engagements held me back from participating, but I am now all caught up with my New Japan action and news, so I'm here to bring it to you guys as well. So I'm going to get to the first part. I'm going to cover New Japan Strong, Road to New Japan Showdown. I'm going to cover highlights and some beats of the Power Struggle show on November 7th. I'll let you guys know what's going on for the tournament so far. As for Best of Super Juniors and the Super J Cup, nothing's been revealed as of yet for World Tag League, and some offshoot news for Wrestle Kingdom and some matches that have already been posted for it. So first up, we will go to Friday, November 6th, Road to Showdown NJPW Strong, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on New Japan World and Fight TV. 3-match set. First match of the night was Fred Rosser versus Young Boy, because he's not a young lion, Young Boy Jordan Clearwater. Fred Rosser won this match, 5 minutes and 29 seconds worth of a wrestling match. Fred Rosser looked good. Jordan Clearwater, within the given time, looked better than he had in previous matches in New Japan, in any of the New Japan Strong shows, I want to say. So it was a okay showing for him. Fred Rosser is on the come up, it seems, in New Japan, in the USA, and things of that nature. So we will be seeing more of Fred Rosser. He also has another match coming up at the actual New Japan Showdown show versus Tama Tonga. So look out for that as it comes to fruition. Second match of the night, we had Danny Limelight, the runner-up in the Lions Break Crown tournament, go up against Chase Owens. 8 minutes 25 seconds of probably the most fluid match I have seen Danny Limelight have as of recently. Within the last 2 weeks, Danny Limelight has been on AEW Dark as well in tag matches. So it seems that either his time with New Japan in New Japan of USA is over, contractually speaking, and or he might be able to be doing both. Who knows? But I just wanted to make that point because Danny Limelight's making a name for himself in pro wrestling right now, especially with the larger brands, or the super indies, if you want to call them that, or whatever the case is. But Danny Limelight went up against Chase Owens. Is, like I said, the most fluid match I've seen Danny Limelight have on NJPW Strong against Chase Owens, the crown jewel of the Bullet Club. Chase Owens showing off his skill and good wrestling acumen here. Nothing to necessarily write home about, but it was a solid match. Chase Owens wins with the package pile driver. A good showing for Danny Limelight. A better showing for Chase Owens. Chase Owens cut a promo after the fact, after the match, basically saying that he had the most pins outside of Shingo Takagi. I think he was third down outside of Shingo Takagi, and outside of Tetsuya Naito, maybe. But he was like top 3 in pins in 2019, and in 2020 he was on his way to getting to the top of the food chain until COVID hit. So Chase Owens is now driven to get himself to the top of the food chain and get himself in some more spotlighted matches in the future, either on NJPW Strong and or New Japan proper. And then the third match of the night was a tag team match which I wasn't necessarily understanding where all this was going because I didn't know any sort of backstory here. It was just more of a tag match that was thrown together. But it was Rocky Romero and Jeff Cobb versus newcomer JR Kratos and Russ Taylor, the returning Russ Taylor to New Japan Strong. Russ Taylor, who had his stint in the ROH Pure tournament. Heard they did some good things there as well. Dude's highly skilled in the ring, character wise. He still needs a little bit of work, but you as a person and as a worker and as a wrestler and stuff like that, do strive to get better on a regular basis. So more good things to come, hopefully, from Russ Taylor. Good showing for everybody. JR Kratos was more or less billed as a monster in all this, being that he's about 6'2", 6'3", 301 pounds. Jeff Cobb is usually the strong man in most of his matches, and he was outsized in this particular match here by at least 40 pounds. Rocky Romero, I want to say, I think he started the match, to be honest, and I don't recall of anything of significance that Rocky did, to be quite honest. And this was more of a introduction of JR Kratos and his power and his ability and stuff like that. I didn't necessarily find him impressive, but I get it. He's more of a throwback to the big man monster heel types of the late 80s and 90s and stuff like that, or whatever the case is. Hit a finisher on Rocky Romero called the Game Changer, which is basically a wheelbarrow deadlift, throwing over the head German suplex, which looks nasty, to be quite honest, but not much else that I saw in this match that was much impressive out of JR Kratos. So we'll get more throughout the weeks to come as New Japan Showdown comes into fruition. So quick run through for Power Struggle, just to give you some tidbits about what I thought about the matches. No full reviews like I usually go through and do breakdowns here. So it was a King of Pro Wrestling match between Toro Reano and Zack Saber Jr. Toro Reano found another way to win. Toro Reano's longest match of the year at 12 minutes 11 seconds. He ended up tying Zack Saber Jr.'s shoelaces around one of the security barricades in order to get Zack Saber Jr. counted out, and he got the win there. Funny, he found another way to win. It was cool. Typical Toro Reano match there. Minoru Suzuki versus Shingo Takagi. Not to say that the match was lacked anything, because it was exactly what we expected it to be, and hard hitting, real, strong style, effective, high impact stuff. End of the day, Shingo Takagi beat Minoru Suzuki after Suzuki won it off of Shingo Takagi at Shingu Stadium. So Suzuki only got one defense out of that title reign. Then we had Kazuchiko Okada versus Gradocon. This was another foregone conclusion. The only highlight or comment I want to make out of this is that they were really trying to play up Gradocon's record in Rev Pro and outside of New Japan, and how good he is. I still don't see it necessarily. Okada was bound to win this match. He did win this match, 12 minutes, 58 seconds, referee stoppage, because the money clip ended up knocking out Gradocon. So this eventually will lead up to a match at Wrestle Kingdom with Will Ospreay. Then the fifth match of the night, we had the match versus Jay White and Kota Ibushi. Kota Ibushi, after winning the G1 Climax 30 tournament, had the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Double Championship Rights Certificate that he won. 18 minutes and 47 seconds. It was my favorite match of the night. Excuse me, I want to say. The only thing is that I didn't expect the finish, to be quite honest. I wasn't, my whole premise about accepting the fact that Kota Ibushi won the G1 was because the feel is that he'll end up being crowned and coronated the champion come Wrestle Kingdom 15, which still might play out to be the case. But we will see as to what happens. But Jay White defeated Kota Ibushi in this match, which to me just lengthens their feud, right? And it makes the big money match, Jay White versus Kota Ibushi, come Wrestle Kingdom, and you'll understand as to why. Sixth match of the night, Tetsuya Naito versus Evil. I think that this match went 33 minutes, 8 seconds. This was the best match out of the 4 that they've had. That's my personal opinion about it, just because of the way that it was carried. From an in-ring perspective, the only thing is that this match was heavily overbooked. Too much interference, too many ref bumps. But from an in-ring perspective, the wrestling between Evil and Tetsuya Naito, I think, was at its best, and they were able to do what they needed to do, and this was particularly their best in-ring work out of the 4 matches. There was interference early by Dick Togo, then that stopped, and then they went back. Then they went back to the one-on-one. Then Red Shoes kept on getting bumped and or thrown out of the ring or whatever have you. At one point, Dick Togo came back in to run interference, and then out of nowhere, Yujiro Takahashi showed up. He used a pimp cane on Tetsuya Naito, and then of course what I called during our G1 finals, event, is that Tetsuya Naito came down for the save. He saved Tetsuya Naito. He got the garbage out of the way. He took out Yujiro. He took out Dick Togo. He was able to get the match down to a one-on-one until Jay White decided to come out and interfere in the match, which is why it was heavily overbooked. After Sonata cleared everybody out and took everybody to the back, Jay White came down first for a couple of seconds. It seemed like Jay White was fitting to take out Evil, but he thought the better of it. He hit Tetsuya Naito, I think with the Blade Runner, and then down comes running to save the day Kota Ibushi to scare away or run away Jay White. He hits Evil with a head kick because Evil was just in his way trying to block him from Jay White. So Evil goes down. So Naito and Evil are down. They go back for a couple of minutes in a back and forth, and Tetsuya Naito eventually hits Destino and defeats Evil and retains the double championships. So that's my roundup there. Like I said, my favorite match of the night was Kota Ibushi versus Jay White. This is the best in-ring competition I've seen versus Naito and Evil, even though the G1 match was pretty decent. But I think that this was more of their of what they can bring to the table. So to cap off here, during commentary, during the post-match stuff, Jay White he came back down to the ring after Ibushi had chased him to the back. Jay White came back down with his briefcase with Gato, basically telling Naito that he was going to take January 4th off. Him being Jay White was going to take January 4th off, and that on January 5th, he was going to take on Naito for the double straps, and that Naito can have a match with whoever he wanted on January 4th. He can, and that to me, right then and there, when Jay White said that he wanted the match on January 5th, I automatically knew, all right, Kota Ibushi lost his match against Jay White to lose the right certificate, but obviously Jay White won this match with a roll-up and his legs on the ropes to get the leverage, which is cheating, which is heel bullshit. Obviously Naito saw this. Kota Ibushi wanted the match against Naito. Naito granted Kota Ibushi this match. So I'm going to read verbatim from the Wrestle Kingdom press conference, Tetsuya Naito's statement. So, as Tetsuya Naito says, for a few years now, we've had the system of the G1 winner holding the right to challenge contract. The holder of the contract should have his wishes respected. Wrestle Kingdom 15 will be held once again over 2 nights on January 4th and 5th, so whether the contract holder gets his match on night 1 or night 2 shouldn't matter. Therefore, I have no issue with facing Jay White in accordance to his wishes on January 5th, 2021. However, if Wrestle Kingdom is being held over 2 nights, I want to wrestle twice. I want to have 2 main events, 2 title matches. So I will wrestle on January 4th against an opponent of my choosing. Jay White is getting his wish of a title match on January 5th, so he should have no issues. I'll be worn out wrestling 2 main events in a row, but I feel it's on me to show the world what I can do. So I want to have 2 title matches, and I will have 2 title matches. Tetsuya Naito goes on January 4th, I want to face Kota Ibushi. Yes, Ibushi put his contract on the line and lost to Jay White, so he shouldn't have a right to a title match at the Tokyo Dome. Yet both of us were in the G1 climax, and he won it, not me. He won it back-to-back, not me. That hurt, and I want to get revenge for that. I think Jay should respect that. I beat Ibushi January 4th and face him on January 5th. There should be no problem with that. Sorry to Jay, but I want to face Ibushi more, so that's my official request. How about it? He asks the crowd. Thing is, I want New Japan Pro Wrestling to carefully consider this. If I get what I want here, what does that say about the contract concept? If this is the case, surely we don't need a contract at all. That might become the case. So I want the company to very carefully take everything into consideration. But sometimes it'd be nice if you guys listen to what I have to say. You've passed me over so many times, and you never know what might happen. I might even boycott both January 4th and January 5th. I mean, you do know the name of my faction, right? Los Ingobernables. Know what that Spanish phrase means when you make your decision. The man spoke. The man spoke. I came here expecting a ton of questions from the world's media, but they're not here. Is this because of the COVID restrictions? I expected a huge auditorium full of press, but that hasn't happened. What are you going to do, I suppose? I was especially looking forward to talking to Okamoto from Tokyo Sports. If that's not going to happen, I'm going to leave. I'll have my own private press conference by myself in a family restaurant. See you again sometime, someplace. Adios. And those were his words verbatim. So we've got 3 matches set so far for Wrestle Kingdom, January 4th and 5th. Night 1, Tetsuya Naito will go one-on-one with Kota Ibushi for Wrestle Kingdom 15. Night 1, Will Ospreay will go one-on-one with Kazuchiko Okada, the Rainmaker. And then Night 2 for Wrestle Kingdom 15, January 5th, Jay White will get the winner of the Kota Ibushi versus Tetsuya Naito match. This is why I wanted you guys to pay attention and sit through everything I just talked about, because I have a feeling the coronation of Kota Ibushi will come early. Ibushi, I feel, yet again, my thoughts, my opinion, I feel Kota Ibushi will beat Tetsuya Naito on January 4th. He will become double champion, go on to January 5th and defeat Jay White, and the coronation will be fluid. For 2 nights in a row, Kota Ibushi will reign supreme and finally be the king, or in his case, in the way that he said it, he will be a god amongst men. And he will be the double champion, making this whole case about the briefcase null and void. But at the same time, it makes the whole thing about the briefcase null and void, but it also proves to the effect of Ibushi keeping the G1 tournament win strong, right? Because he lost on some fluke cheating shit from Jay White. If he beats Naito the way he should have just had the one match against Naito, and then he proves out against Jay White, you know, he is a god. He beat all the best guys he needed to beat. So that goes for Wrestle Kingdom 15. We'll be looking forward to that coming up soon. Also, more news. Cards were revealed for the Best of Super Junior 27 tournament and the Super J Cup, which is basically a shortened tournament here in the U.S. For guys who have been who are either living here in the States, working for New Japan Pro Wrestling, and two surprises in my estimation in the Super J Cup tournament. So let's go through these matches here. As a matter of fact, not even the matches. Let me just mention who is part of the Boss J tournament. 10 guys. We got Taguchi, Master Wato, Sho, Robbie Eagles, Hiromu Takahashi, Bushi, El Desperado, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Doki, and Taiji Ishimori. All of these guys, all these 10 men will be taking part in the Best of Super Junior tournament, which kicks off on November 15th, 2020. November 15th will be live from Aichi. November 18th will be at Kurikan Hall. November 20th will be at Kurikan Hall as well. November 23rd will be at Gunma. November 25th in Niigata. November 29th back at Kurikan Hall. And December 2nd in Osaka. December 5th will be at Kagoshima. And December 6th will be at Fukuoka. And that will be the last night of the Best of Super Juniors tournament. Then the Super J Cup will be held on December 12th. It'll be a one-night tournament event. It'll be shown on NewJapanWorld.com and also as Fight TV. So look forward to that. It'll be part of the New Japan of the USA block or segmentation of New Japan Pro Wrestling. The Super J Cup will include Clark Connors, Chris Bay, ACH, TJP, Ray Orris of ROH, Blake Christian, one of my favorites from New Japan Strong, El Phantasmo. So I wasn't aware that LP lived stateside. That's news to me. I thought that LP was out from the UK, so that's a little bit different. So LP is a part of the Super J Cup and the introduction and premiere of the one and only Lio Rush at the Super J Cup. Lio Rush making his return to pro wrestling post-COVID, post being let go by the WWE. He had some very I wouldn't want to say cryptic things, but it seemed like Lio Rush's head wasn't into wrestling after he got let go. Like his heart wasn't in it, and there was rumors buzzing around that he might retire. Lio Rush is only 25 years old, so that would have been sad. But obviously he's here. He's in the Super J Cup. So let me break down the matches. So it's a one-night tournament event. All these 8 men will go one-on-one. So we have Clark Connors, the young lion, making his first proper tournament entrance outside of the Young Lions. He's going to be going one-on-one with Chris Bay from Impact Wrestling. This was also an interesting entrant to the Super J Cup to me, because Chris Bay was a very highly touted talent, both by the WWE and Impact Wrestling. Impact ended up signing Chris Bay earlier on in the year, or late last year, or something of that effect. But it's interesting to see him here. So Chris Bay versus Clark Connors is going to be the first match of the night for the Super J Cup on December 12th. We have ACH versus TJP. That's probably going to be an instant classic right there. Ray Orris versus Blake Christian. All heart in that ring. Blake Christian and Ray Orris both. So that'll be a dope match to watch. And then we will see LP, El Phantasmo, go one-on-one against Lio Rush. So, man, he was LP is last year's Super J Cup winner. So he is the returning champ. So let's see if he can win out the Super J Cup this year. Then there's 2 special tag team matches, or a special tag team match, should I say? That's going to be a part of the Super J Cup tournament. We have the returning young lion, Ren Narita. Me and SP3, we've spoken about this young man and where he's been and why hasn't he been seen and what the hell's been going on. But he's gonna make his return here to read the byline. Here of the event. Between the first and second rounds and between the semi and final matches, we will see tag team action, including the first appearance of Ren Narita on New Japan Pro Wrestling World for over a year. After a second place finish in the Young Lion Cup in 2019, Narita headed to the LA Dojo on excursion, and now viewers will get a rare chance to see Narita during his process. He teams with the man who beat him to the Young Lion Cup in Carl Fredericks as they face the Bullet Club tandem of Kenta and Hikuleo. So it'll be the returning young lion, Narita, Ren Narita, and the winner of the Young Lion Cup in 2019, Carl Fredericks, against Kenta and Hikuleo. That is gonna be cool to see. I want to know how this is gonna go, and how things are gonna fly, and for the Super J Cup show, since it's only gonna be one night, the Best of Super Junior show is gonna be 9 nights. I don't want to go over the bracket to be completely honest with you guys right now, because to be completely honest, we've already seen the majority of these matches in ways of tag team matches, which is why I which is why I always talk down the tag match thing, and which is why I didn't come back and cover November 1st and November 2nd Road to Power Struggle shows. It was the same tag matches over and over again. It didn't lead to anything that was going to be outrageously specific or special for the actual Power Struggle show. So, here, when it comes to the Best of Super Juniors card, I'll just do it night by night, and I'll run it tandem with the World Tag League events that happened the day after. So on November 15th, it'll be Best of Super Juniors Night 1 and Night 1 of World Tag League. And then I believe on the 16th, it'll be, or the 16th or the 17th, it'll be just a World Tag League day. On the 18th, it'll be a Boss J day. On the 19th, it'll be a World Tag League day. And on the 20th, it'll be a Boss J League day. So, et cetera, et cetera. So I'll pair the shows and do one review in total there. So I just wanted to bring all that news to you guys in this particular video. Thanks for rocking with me, folks. Thanks for always watching the reviews and the New Japan news updates. My bad for not being around this week. My work schedule kind of got turned upside down, and my sleep got all messed up, and just had other stuff to do. So I'm back at it again. Things will be better, and I'll be locked in for this week, getting ready for World Tag League and Best of Super Juniors for the next couple of weeks, and also, as always, detailing and reviewing Friday night's NJPW Strong as New Japan Showdown comes to us this Friday. As always, folks, make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. Do me a favor. Be good to one another. Stay safe out there. And take care of yourselves. Stay wrestling fans, folks. This has been your good brother J News. I'm about this. Thank you.